Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Cyntara Trivia Quest video walkthrough. My name is Dragonoth, and I will be guiding you through this quest that highlights the colorful history that is Cyntara. For this quest, you do need to be a minimum level of 300, and what you have to do for this quest is you read a sign in front of you, and then you have to pick which portal signifies the answer to the question that will lead you on to the following question. Welcome to the Knowledge Quest. If you guess an answer incorrectly, you will be sent to your death. Now, for question number 1, what year was Cyntara created? Now, as you can see, there is a coin here which generally people leave behind to show which is the appropriate portal. Most time this is accurate, but occasionally someone will swap them around just to get you killed. However, if there are no things, you also can do the trial and error method, but there will be a lot of deaths. But as we are setting up this quest guide and video walkthrough, we are going to save you a lot of trouble. And as you can see, there's 2009, 2011, and 2012. Cyntara was actually created in 2009. Who was the first player to reach 500 on Cyntara ever? And once again, Chiga was the first person. The coin was correct. The others were Saints Anathema and Giant Panda, but Chiga was the actual first person to reach 500 in Cyntara many, many years ago. For the third question, who is the owner of the server? It's surprising how many people don't know this. The owner is Red, which is this particular sign here, Chan, and Chandler. Trick question is, technically, all of these are correct, but Red is the appropriate answer because it's asking you primarily what the character name is of the person that owns the server. That was the easy one, apparently. Next question is, in the Four Swords quest, which direction is the heavy heart? Now, at the time of this particular quest guide, I have not done a video guide for the Four Swords yet, so you're just going to have to take my word for this one. It is south. There's west and east as other answers, but south is the correct choice. Which former staff member started playing the server first? There's Owens, Pyrrha, and Drake. Drake was the staff member that did begin playing Cyntara first. Luckily, the coins are in the appropriate places this time for you if you want to see the easy way to go. Who was never a staff member? Pyro, Akalik, or Chiga? Chiga was actually not a staff member for a long time. Even though he was one of the highest levels and he was a helpful player, he did not make staff on Cyntara. He did go on to be staff of other servers, however. Who is the first monster created in Cyntara? And as you can see right over here, this is Death. That's where you get teleported. You get teleported in there. He immediately kills pretty much anyone who he touches. The Arsonist, the Centaurist, or the Isist. And while all of these are now current monsters on Cyntara, the Isis was the actual original one that was created. What was Cyntara's first quest? The Annihilator, the Cyntara Zone, and the level 300 quest. The Annihilator has been around for a long time, but the first quest created by Cyntara was specifically the Cyntara Zone. Who mapped Glacialis? Was it Red, Farty, or Myth? Myth is the appropriate answer. It would be cooler if these coins weren't here, so this would actually be somewhat challenging. What monster most represents Cyntara? If you have already done the Cyntara Zone quest, you will find this out. It is the monster you have to kill before you are allowed in to collect your rewards, which would actually be the Hellhound. The other options were a Dragon Lord or a Hydra, but a Hellhound is primarily what you will find. You will find a character named the Cyntara Baby in the Cyntara Zone quest. Who is Cyntara's lead programmer? Red is Cyntara's owner. Pyro is no longer around, and Diath is, in fact, Cyntara's lead programmer. What was Cyntara's peak before it was moved to a dedicated server? This would actually be a hard one to know, unless you did do the trial and error method. unless you were here when it happened. But 41 is the appropriate answer. Now this is one of the harder quests, or questions, but with the coin here, most times you will be right. But if someone were just to do that, which does happen kind of often, so be careful to just trust whatever you see in front of you. So it's good to note or write down if you do this on one character, these coins may not be here for the following one. The question was, which of the following players was never a staff member? And just for the sake of showing you, there's Death, blue, Spac, green, pink, Sin, Talon, Zars, and Zetsubo. Sin is actually the appropriate answer. This time around, the coins actually were quite helpful. And you were then in the Crest Reward Room. This item that you get is the, well, it's empty for me because I already looted it, but I have it right here. It's the Spy Report, and this is what you need for the First Oriental add-on. Alright guys, good luck. Hopefully this helped out. If you have, do not see the coins in front of you that can lead you to the appropriate places, like I said, try not to just take things for granted, because occasionally they will be moved out of place. But you can find all the answers on the Wikipedia guide, and good luck.